the planning process, it has been an ordeal. I don't know what we were thinking as far as doing or buying a home, planning a wedding.
All at the same
all
time.
at the same time. It was just so stupid. I don't know. It was just so stupid. But you know, I always think that I can do everything, and I'm like, hey, I got Roderick to help me. You know, we can do it all. But it was just definitely an overwhelming experience. Typically, people, you know, buy a home or get married and plan a wedding at different points in their lives, but we decided to do it together, and it has definitely been a crazy process. Just everything. What do you think?
We've learned a lot about each other through, especially this wedding, that it just shows how different we are, how she's has to go, everything needs to be laid out and it needs to be precise. We're going in order. This needs to happen, this needs to happen. Yes. And me, I'm more laid back, like, hey, it's gonna happen. We getting closer, but we'll do it on this day.
Yeah, he has the it'll fall in place mentality, and I have the let's plan every single thing out mentality. So just imagine how that worked out.
And it helped. I think it's helped too, because with her, she's telling me we need to get this done, and I'm like, probably if I was over everything, we'll probably be trying to rush to do everything at the last minute. But also on my end, helping her is that if I wasn't there to say, just chill out sometimes, that she'll probably be bald head right now. Yeah, she'll probably be pulled all her hair out by now. But I mean, that's one thing that we kind of balance each other out. She tells me, hey, we need to have a little more structure, and I have to tell her, calm down. Too much structure is not always the best in every situation. So I mean, that's, like I said, that's a balancing point for us right there.
Yeah, and I think it took us, I think you actually make a good point by saying that it gave us an opportunity to learn about each other and about how we do things. Because like he says, he's more flexible, I'm a little more stringent, and just being able to have a happy medium has allowed us to actually do everything that we've been trying to achieve.
I hope that you're the one. If not, see, you are the prototype.
The proposal happened August 3rd of last year. We were at Chateau et Lawn. How it happened, for my birthday, which was in July, she planned for us to go to Chateau et Lawn to spend a weekend, and the plans kind of got messed up. They got messed up. So we said we would go a month later for her birthday. I will spend our birthday together in Chateau et Lawn together.
Because Chateau et Lawn was too boring for his birthday, so.
No, I didn't know.
It was.
I didn't know what we were gonna do at Chateau et Lawn.
He thought it was so boring, and he had his friends coming in town, and he didn't want to do a nice little romantic thing for his birthday that I had planned, but.
Okay.
Yes, that's what happened to Chateau. But we ended up going for my birthday, so it worked out.
So, and so I was thinking, okay, here's the perfect time. I didn't know what to get her for her birthday, honestly. And I had been thinking about proposing for a while. So I say, okay, how about I get her a ring for her birthday, and then I'll propose at Chateau et Lawn. The funny thing about it is that I'm close with my friends and family, and nobody knew that that I was gonna propose. Nobody. My mom, not my mom, my dad, none of my friends. She didn't know. So we go to Chateau et Lawn, and we went that morning, hung out by the pool, just having fun. Next thing you know, we were gonna go to dinner. And once we were going to dinner, I started talking. I was prepping it. I was nervous. I was sweating.
He was so nervous.
He was
so nervous, and I couldn't understand what was wrong with him. Like, why is he so breathing hard and sweating? And
you going far?
You were. You really were. Okay.
But getting ready for dinner, and I start asking her questions. I was like, it's 2 days from now, it'll be 6 years that we met. Because it was August 3rd, we met on August the 5th. I said, it'll be about, it'll be 6 years. And she was like, yeah. She's like, well, her normal, I didn't think you'll still be my friend this long. And we had been together for a while though. And so I said, are you ready for your birthday present? What did you think you were getting?
PlayStation, because he has a PlayStation in his house, and he was talking about getting a PlayStation for my house, and I'm like, no, you're not playing a PlayStation at my house, no way. And I hope if you got me a PlayStation, then we might as well get the receipt and take it back, because everybody knows I'm very particular about my gifts. So I told him, well, let's just get the receipt to the PlayStation and let's take it back, because I don't want it.
But I told her that I had 2 gifts for her. So, but then I still was talking. I was like, yeah, and I was just telling her she's been one of the most special girls in my life. And I was like, you ready for your gift? And she was like, I guess if you got me something besides a PlayStation. But if it's just a PlayStation, then really I don't want it. We'll just take it back. So I go into the closet. I hid it. I had the ring. I was nervous, so she's standing there, and I walk up to her, and I get on one knee, and I say, I asked her, I was like, will you marry me? And she starts hyperventilating, she's shaking, and
I did not look like that.
Something like
that. No, but I was shocked, because like you said, we talked about it, but with Roderick, I just thought that it would probably be something way off in the distance. But when he asked me, I was shocked. I was completely shocked. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, you lying.
She didn't even say yes. She was too.
I'm like, you lying.
She was like, are you for real? Are you for real? I'm like, and then after she calmed down, I was like, okay, baby, is that a yes or a no? And she's like, of course. And then we got on the phone, and nobody believed
us.
Nobody believed that I was gonna get married. I proposed, so
I didn't believe it at first. I'm like, you for real? I'm like, for real? You lying to me? So yeah, nobody believed it, but we even had to send pictures.
Yep, I had to send pictures proof. And everybody thought it was a Facebook joke, and it was funny. But I did it.
He did it. I would say that the major thing that brought us closer is the death of our mothers. When we met back in 2006, I had been dealing with the death of my mom for some time, and I think Roderick, his mom, had recently passed away. Probably, it was maybe a year or less than.
No, it was 3 months.
Oh, it was okay.
May, and then we met in August.
Okay, so it was very fresh for him. And one thing about it, when you lose a parent, especially I think with both of us, that is so similar, is that we were both very close to our moms. And with that experience, a lot of people don't really understand it until you go through it. And you can definitely, sympathize with that person. But I think that that's what brought us together, because I had was starting to overcome that hurdle, or just being able to push through it. And he just going through it, we were able to talk to each other and support each other. And I think that's what developed our friendship, especially over the phone, by him being in Georgia and myself in Michigan. So I think that just being able to support each other through that, I think that really brought us closer together.
One of the things I admire the most about her is her caring personality. By her being a doctor, she naturally wants to just take care of people. She always want to take care of me, make sure everything's perfect. Like when putting on this sweater, she had to make sure everything was just perfect for me. So she cares. If I'm sick or something, she's trying to take care of me almost like a kid. Like I'm her child. So it's a great thing that she's so caring, and I think that's just nurturing. Nurturing. And it's I'm kind of the opposite. People say I'm so unsympathetic to everything. I just if somebody's sick, I'm like, okay, you'll get better. Let's keep going. If somebody's sick, she's trying to look, take care of them, make sure everything's okay. With me, I'm the opposite. So that kind of balances us out, and that's something I really, really, really admire about her.
Let's see, what do I admire about Roderick? I have a few things, but I think that the major thing is that Roderick's very genuine as far as his feelings and whatever it's like whatever he feels, he has a strong opinion about it. He is steadfast about how he feels, and I can appreciate that. Sometimes I don't necessarily agree, but but I can appreciate somebody being genuine about their feelings, genuine about their actions, and that's one thing that has attracted me to him over time. And plus the fact that I think our personalities, we are, I guess you could say, yin and yang. And I think that by him being people are drawn to him. So I like that about him. They are. He has a lot of friends and family that love him, and I can appreciate that. So by him just being a genuine person and just kind of being in the center of it all, I like that about him. Or I love that about him, I should say.
She's antisocial.
I'm not antisocial.
Well, not antisocial. You're
not completely. I'm just shy. I am shy.
Okay.
I really am.
If
even though I
that's what
might
you call
not.
it.
No, I really am shy. It's not being anti. I'm just shy.
Okay.
So we are very opposite in that.
Hey, I know how it will end, 'cause it's already been told. Happily after.
How did I know Roderick was the one? I think that I probably knew way before him, because I always felt like I should be important as soon as we met. So I think that as our friendship developed, we became a lot closer, and we had a lot of things in common, especially by both of our mothers being deceased, and our friendship began to grow even though we were across the country. He was in Georgia and I was in Detroit, and I always loved him, but I could never tell him. It's true, I did. I really did. But I could never tell him because, I just didn't necessarily know when or if those feelings would be reciprocated. So I've known a very long time, and I even wrote him a letter. I think it was probably back in, I don't know, maybe 2007, where I wrote him a letter. And it was funny because in this letter I was telling him that I thought that he was very important to me even back then, and when I wrote the letter, I wasn't sure if I would ever be able to give it to him. And I think it was last year I was able to give you that letter.
I think Valentine's
Day last year, I was able to finally give him that letter. So I knew a long time ago, but I'm just glad he came around.
Well, for me, honestly, it wasn't straight off the bat like that, because I was in Atlanta, like she said, and she was in Detroit, and I never saw myself having a long distance relationship. And then when she would come down, it'll be off and on. We'll stop talking. We may have an argument and not talk for a couple of months or whatever. And then she'll pop up out of the blue and just say, "Hey, I'm in Atlanta. Take me to Callaway Gardens."
Well, you would. Okay, so I called you and you called me too, so don't act like you...
Well, most of the time it was you.
You were glad I called you.
So?
Okay, thank you.
So, but but that one moment, I've shared this with maybe 4 people in my life. It was probably about a year and a half ago. I was laying in my bed and something just told me, it was, I could say, probably my first time actually feeling that heard something from God that was really from God. And I was in my bed and I was laying on my back, and I never sleep on my back. I just remember laying on my back and I couldn't move. It was a weird feeling, and it's hard to explain. It was like an image of my mom, and then something was telling me is, I took your mom, and basically this is who I'm replacing your mom with, and it was kind of an image of her. So it was the weirdest thing, and I woke up that night and I remember looking at my alarm clock. It said 4:15 in the morning. I called my best friend Brandon, who's in California, and I told him, I was like, dude, I just had this weird feeling. I was like, I don't even know how to explain it. I was crying, I couldn't stop crying. And I think at that moment I made up my mind that, okay, we're about to get super, super serious, and it's time to make her my wife. And that's been my path since. Life after marriage. First thing I want to do is start with the family. I'm ready to have a kid. That's big to me. I'm ready for that son or that daughter to just start raising, going to football games, baseball games, those types of things, ballet, whatever it is. Just ready for the kids. We started the house or whatever now. That's where we are now. I mean, to me, I'm been ready just to start a family.
I would say, what do I expect about being married? I am looking forward to just having a lifelong partner, and I just don't think I could have picked a better person than Roderick, because we just get along so well and we have so much fun together. So I can't wait to come home to him, and like he says, I am nurturing, so I can't wait to just be able to do things for him on a regular basis. And again, just to have somebody that I can come home to, I can cook for on occasion, because it won't be a lot. So, but yes, on occasion I'll cook for him, and then just watching him interact, for instance, with his nephew and the young man that he mentors. I can't wait for us to be able to have a family, because I can see that he will be a great father. So I'm definitely looking forward to that part about being a family together. Right now we're starting the next step in our future with the wedding and getting the house built. So I'm just looking forward to moving forward and fulfilling a dream with him. So I can't wait.
I'm ready just to be that husband, come home, the TV show, Hi Honey, I'm Home. And I mean, that's what I'm ready for. I guess I would say have a meal cooked, but we don't know if that's gonna happen. We hope. Family vacations, taking trips, just ready, just have my wife and sit and watch TV, the kind of things that I saw my parents do. My family, we took trips every year. My mom and dad, I saw their pictures from their honeymoon and those type things. Just ready to get this family thing started. I'm getting old, 34, not getting any younger, so ready to start my family now.
A year ago, I would have never thought that I would be here, because I just got to the point where I was like, okay, am I going to get married? Am I going to find somebody that I can deal with, or somebody that can deal with me and all my quirks and idiosyncrasies and just everything about me? Can somebody just be able to deal with me and I them? But one thing about Roger, like I said, he's a very genuine person, and it is what it is. He gives it all, whatever it is. So I know that this is the person that I'm dealing with. It's no ifs, ands, buts about it, and he knows that. Same with me, I'm a genuine person. So we know that we are able to tolerate each other, even the little things that we kind of get on each other's nerves. So, but it's just about being able to find that person that can tolerate those funny or off type things about you. And I'm just thankful that I have found that person.
Amesha has changed my life in a lot of different ways. First of all, she's been in my life longer than any female ever. So I've learned a lot. We've been through ups and downs, and that's one thing I had to realize, and that she showed me, that just because you have a down moment in a relationship doesn't mean that everything's bad and it's time to throw it away. We've been through big fights, small fights, happy times. It just trips. We've been on trips, and it's all just showed me that things will work out. Also, she showed me that that you can have somebody to care for you. You don't always have to be that person that's taking care of everybody else. She's very caring. She looks out for me. She wants the best for me. And I'm normally the person that's trying to look out for everybody and do things. She's just showed me that, hey, you can sit back, somebody wants to do something for you, make you happy, instead of you trying to make everybody happy all the time. I mean, it's just a whole bunch of things. I mean, my cousins will say that she's changed the way I dress. I tell them I've worn polo and everything before her, but she wants to take the credit for changing my dressing and that kind of stuff. But she's had some good changes. I'm happy. She just showed me a lot of stuff, and my wife to be.
I have gone through my life. I'm my only child, and I've gone through life just independently, you know. And a year ago, I was off looking for a house by myself. I was off trying to think about and do things by myself, and just to have somebody there with me that I can lean on, somebody that I always call it like a place of rest, somebody that I can rest on, somebody that I can lean on. So I would say that's the biggest part about changing my life, somebody that I can say, hey, what do you think about this? Can you give me your opinion about this? What's your opinion, or what can you offer as far as your take on something? So for me, just as an only child, like I said, I always function so independently, and being able to have somebody that I can bounce ideas off of, somebody that I can lean to, it's a relief. It really is, to just have somebody else there to help me through life. So that's how he's changed my life.
I mean, that's one thing that we kind of balance each other out. She tells me, hey, we need to have a little more structure, and I have to tell her, calm down. Too much structure is not always the best in every situation. So I mean, that's, like I said, that's a balancing point for us right there.
Yeah, and I think it took us, I think you actually make a good point by saying that it gave us an opportunity to learn about each other and about how we do things. Because like he says, he's more flexible, I'm a little more stringent, and just being able to have a happy medium has allowed us to actually do everything that we've been trying to achieve. Like, we're on the tail end of it now, and it, you know, and I'm really happy about what we were able to accomplish all at one time. We are, you know, the wedding is so funny because most people would have thought that I wanted the wedding, but it was Roderick, great babe, who really wanted the wedding. And I'm just proud that we were able to get the wedding done. We're sitting in our home, and it's just been a great experience.
Yep, and we'll be so happy when everything's done. Like, the wedding started out rough, but now it's kind of calming down. We got more help, and everything's kind of, a lot of stuff is solidified at this point. And then even buying this home, it started out rough.
Yes.
Dealing with the builders and the agents for the community here, we had problems from the beginning. So, I mean, once again, we've been through some rough times. Getting the house, getting the wedding set up.
But we're over the mountain. We are over the hurdle.
Yep.
Thank God.
One thing, I mean, the least stressful part was the honeymoon.
Yeah.
Picking out. We had a couple of places where we wanted to go, and hey, we're gonna go here. So can't wait to get to the honeymoon. Once the honeymoon is here, then the hard part of the marriage starts, but the stressful part of getting marriage ends. So I can't wait for it.
I can't wait. I'm glad we were able to do it. I think it's a blessing, because I was just telling his father that, like, for me, it's a dream come true to be able to build our own home, and even just buy a home, but to even actually be able to build our own home and say, hey, this is what we want here, we want this there, and it's a dream come true. And just to be able to have somebody to do it with, I couldn't ask for anything more.
I agree.
Do you feel it too? There's magic in everything you do. Supernatural. I'm in love with everything about you. Won't stay here. Oh, no. You're supernatural. I'll be here for a while. Tell me, does it surprise you that behind closed doors, it's you I adore? I tried to fight, but